And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the final series of the broadcast. Here we go as we found ourselves in that final series, in that final game, and we have our two remaining players here, Lambo and Astrea. Also, one moment here. I don't think we're meant to have their audio, but we do. Oh god. Oh no. Astrea, we can hear you, papi. We can hear you. Can I fix that? Can I remove the audio? Ah, god. Yes, we are featuring Astrea audio. Let's go. As here we go. As we're getting into our next game. Vámonos, papi, vámonos. Sorry, just a little bit distracted. Okay, but here we go. Here we go. We're getting into our final series of the broadcast, getting into our best of 5, and spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the red Protoss player. We have the red Protoss himself. We have the American Protoss representing himself, currently teamless. It is Astrea. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the German Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Shopify. It is Lambo. Here we go.
Game paused.
Oh, as we do have a bit of a pause here, and I think, yeah. That's that. Fun fact: my solution was I just turned off the cam, but now I can turn it back on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think there we go. So like Astrea, we can hear you. We can hear you, papi. Oh no, he's like cursing under his breath. Oh no, Kappa. Oh, good. Okay. I'll add him back.
Game
Beautiful.
resumed.
Beautiful. We have our Lambo and our Astrea. Let's go. Let us go. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our best of 5. Here we go. I can also move these over a little bit. There we go. And also move it over as we are jumping into our series. And as we settle into this here, I'm curious to see how our players will approach this. Now, this is going to be a rematch. Lambo, he was able to look very strong and very dominant against Astrea during the EWC circuit. During the qualifiers, during the play-in stage, we saw Lambo look very informed, very on point. Again, I would say that coming into this Astrea, his strongest matchup is PvT. His PvZ, if he can get to a longer and later game, he can look very strong himself, but getting there is going to be the issue. Lambo, he typically thrives in the mid game. We've seen a lot of aggression out of Lambo to punish and to stop the Protoss from really building up and becoming a problem. So we'll be keeping an eye on Lambo. We expect standard openers until the mid game. From the side of Astrea, he can be very diverse in his play, for sure. The pylon gets thrown down. It's a little bit further back, so we may decide to hide some tech. It isn't confirmed by any means, isn't for sure, for certain, but has the option to do so. As the Overlord is moving in, does open his Adept. And we're settling into Maganatha. Lambo and Astrea changed. Sorry, we're just fixing things up. Just fixing things up. As now we do have our Stargate opener out of Astrea. Moves out with the Adepts. Everything looking normal so far. Lambo, he pulls out a gas, just gets link speed, and is focusing on droning, on saturation, on keeping up with the Adept. But yes, we have fixed the out-of-game graphic as well. Has all been fixed up. Sorry, I was just a little bit distracted by hearing Astrea's breathing. Was just trying to fix that up. Very good. As Astrea does open up Stargate and is going to be going Void Ray first. Okay, this is a little bit out of the meta nowadays. It's been a while. The purpose of the Void Ray opener is to deny vision. Deny vision, deny scouting. Adepts, they do get into the middle line. One drone goes down so far, not bad. He gets one, he denies mining. But he shouldn't get another. As Ducklings do pull away, and Astrea does escape. Does pull out. Oh, and the Overlord, do we confirm the tech? Barely not. Barely does not here as Lambo is in the dark. That's going to be an early Twilight Council. No Forge. There's a higher chance here. It's going to be Void Ray into Glaive Adept. So a cheeky build here by Astrea. Again, the purpose of the Void Ray is to deny vision, and so far has done so. Has denied the Scout. With that, Lambo is setting up. Spores are on the way. On top of that, Lambo, he knows that he's in the dark. He knows that he doesn't know exactly what the follow-up is going to be, so he may go for a safety Ro24 anyway. Oh, that's not Glaives. We're going into early Blink. Okay. So early Blink Stalkers. Now, typically, I believe this is going to be lined up in such a way where Astrea can punish the 4th expansion. He can move out, he can potentially break the 4th base. The downside here is that Astrea, he won't have +1. +1 is going to be heavily delayed here as there is no Forge for Astrea. See here, the Forge is late, so late Forge, late +1 in favor of early Blink. And we'll see what he can get done. We'll see how greedy Lambo is going to be, if at all. Behind this, Ro24, Evo Chamber, +1 range most likely. Getting into a longer game. Lambo should be soon expanding. There it is, there's that 4th base. And Astrea, he doesn't head towards the 4th yet, he does push towards the 3rd. Bolt move. Lings, they attempt to surround. The Blink is not done. Yeah, Blink is 10 seconds away. So far, Lings, they do engage. And Blink should be able to save most of these Stalkers. 1, 2 Stalkers go down. Brutal losses there for Astrea already. Yeah, brutal losses in Astrea. He doesn't deny the 4th base. He was going for the 3rd. Fails to get damage done. Lambo defense. And so far, this is a better start for Lambo. Again, the early Stalker, the early Blink timing there was crucial for Astrea, as everything else was delayed in favor of that, and wasn't quite worth it. Wasn't quite worth it in the end. With that, Lambo's getting comfortable. He should not lose his base. Getting into the Infestation Pit. Into Hydrotech. Oh, and Lambo, he will even deny the 4th. It does force a cancel. Again, Lambo, he's gained map control, he's gained momentum. Astrea, he's stuck at home, stuck on 3 bases. Going for a massive gateway explosion. There's 4 more gates on the way. More gateways, Storm, Prism is in production. This tells us that Astrea most likely wants to push, wants to commit on 3 bases. And I believe Astrea, he should hit before Lurkers. Before Lurker tech. Lurker Den is on the way, Hive is on the way. Until then, Lambo, he's stuck with Ling Hydra. Lambo, he could trade well. Never mind. I assumed he was going to push out, and he still may. Where's the Prism? Prism is harassing. Yeah, Astrea is throwing down a wall of cannons. He's setting up defensively. He's turtling up. And that means that Lambo, he should be able to get his Hive and take up into those upgrades into Lurkers. As the War Prism does move out. Straight supply block. Oh god, oh no. That was that's the worst time to be supply blocked. We have 3-4 pylons on the way. No warp in as we have no supply to warp in. Oh god. That was rough. Ay ay ay. Setting up all the pylons. And again, this just means that Lambo, he's free to do whatever he wants. He's free to get up to 84 workers, take more bases, build up his lurker counts, build up his upgrades. Lambo has been very comfortable this game. Now, defensively, Astrea can still take a fight. Astrea's win condition here is to just turtle up on 4 bases and get into Sky Toss. That's the hope. It's not going to be easy, not with the high lurker count. But nice storms. Those 3 storms thrown down. No detection! Oh no! No detection. Lurker shot's going off. Takes down some High Templar. And an Archon as well. Yeah, that was 1 Archon, 1 Templar going down. Brutal losses for Astrea. As Lambo does push in. Gets behind the mineral line. Pushing further. Yeah, League's getting to the mineral line here. There's no storms left, and Astrea is being broken. He cannot defend. He cannot get away. High Templar goes down. We have more storms coming in. Some good storms on the Lings, but the base is still under fire. And that's still 13 probes going down. Oh god, brutal losses here. It's 2 more lurkers full. Sorry, 2 more High Templar full, I should say. Zellaron will distract. Lambo's being distracted. Astrea, he saves the expansion, he saves the 4th. And Tempest are slowly building up. And again, if Astrea is given enough time, he can build up his Tempest count, his carrier count. He can stabilize and max out, if given time. But Lambo's being active. We are catching out 2 High Templar. Full of energy as well. Ay, ay, ay. Templar getting caught out. Lambo is going for the kill, pushing into the natural. He just bypasses the fringe bases. Getting on top of the production. Does force a recall. But recalls into the army. As that should be the final storms. Yeah, the final storms popping up. Lurkers are moving in. And Lambo's done it. Lambo, he has done it. He has broken the back of Astrea. Sure, there are some Tempests, and sure, they're getting some free shots off on the lurkers. That's gonna be the natural going down, and this Lambo, you just keep on pushing in. You can head for the main. Oh, Rear does pull back. Behind this, more Hydras. I don't believe there's a Spire, but he doesn't need one. You just commit here to Hydra Lurker Viper. Keep going. There's that Spire that's on the way. Just to make sure he doesn't get outscaled. Recall's on cooldown. Bear that in mind. As recall was just used. And Lambo's going back in. It's just going back in. little bit late to burrow. It's the main at the same time. Maynard pushes towards the fourth. Tempest are lying in wait. And barely one Tempest goes down. The Nexus as well. And again, Astrea, he's just been treading water for the past couple of minutes here. Trying to survive. Trying. But down goes the fourth again. And winning it back, this all just came down to the early game as well. Like, Astrea, he lost so much map control early on. The early blink timing did not pay off. And Astrea was just pulled apart. He's getting up to 7 Tempests, but again, we have 15 Corruptors on the way. That's a lot of Corruptors. Isn't just the early blink. I mean, getting supply blocks when he was trying to harass across the map was also brutal. And there it is. GG gets called, and Lambo, he does take game number 1. He takes a lead in the series. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Does take a lead. Again, just a really rough game there. A really rough start for Astrea. When it came to the early blink timing, when it came to the supply block, when he was trying to harass across the map, like, that was... I love that didn't quite go Astrea's way there, and hopefully we can tighten things up here as we are getting into game 2, as we are heading on over to the Americas server. Let's go. Again, Lambo also had the ping advantage coming into game 1, but now Astrea can get a little bit more comfortable here. As game 2 is going to be on Incorporeal. Yo, Astrea. Orgullo peruano. Oh, no. So just catching up with the chat. Catching up, I'll be catching up. Now, coming into Incorporeal here, I mean, we have seen Zerg players be a little bit more diverse in their play. It is a bit of a larger map, true, but hey, suddenly we could see Lambo be a little bit more tech-heavy and go into Spire play. We'll keep an eye on him. He doesn't really have to mix things up too much. Likewise, Astrea did try to go for an early Twilight Council in that last game. We'll see if he does so again. We'll see if he plays more standard. Astrea, he's typically known for having more quirky builds, typically. I hope that's the case here as well. Would hope so. Hope so. Yeah. Just setting up. It's gonna be a frustrating game 1. You can do it though, Astrea. I believe. I believe. Give us a series, man. Give us a series. Also, I hope Astrea is okay. I don't know if you noticed, but it looks quite hot in the Americas right now. Oh no. Get the fan going, Pappy. Get it going. You know, Lambo, he's smudging in the dark. He's got his curtains drawn. As I believe it's quite late in Europe, I think. I think we're getting up to midnight. This is on US East. Game 2 is going to be on US East. Game 1 was on Europe. Game 1 was on Europa. So Lambo did have the ping advantage in the first game. Jumping into game 2. So, Smurge, happy Smurge. Almost 10 p.m. in EU. There you go, there you go. $37°C. Oh, okay. Yeah, Astrea, he's cooling off. That's what jumping into game number 2. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the American Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss down in the series. We'll see if we make a series out of this. It is Astrea. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the German Zerg player, the Blue Zerg, representing Shopify Rebellion. It is Lambo. Here we go. As we are jumping into game number 2 again, Lambo just having a very solid game 1. He was able to gain map control, shut down the initial aggression, even forcing mistakes out of Astrea. Hopefully Astrea can shake it off and get back into the game, get back into the series. But the pressure is on. The pressure is on. As a reminder as well, this is a best of 5. This is also the final series of the broadcast. So again, we've had 4 best of 5s already here tonight. Well, this is the 4th best of 5. A lot of matches, a lot of StarCraft, and this is merely only the beginning of the tournament. This is still the preliminary round, bearing in mind that this will all lead into the group stage, which will be played out next week. So we still have plenty more matches, plenty more StarCraft to come. As Lambo, he does delay. Does look to cause a little bit of chaos across the map. Lambo going for the gas steal. No, he pulls off the gas steal as well. Just being as annoying as possible. Lambo. From here, does set up back at home. Again, forcing some denied mining time. Yep, delays the gas. To deal with this Astrea, he can just take his gas geyser at the natural, but remember, the natural waste is also slightly delayed as well, so delayed extra gases will slow Astrea down a little bit. Ideally, also a little bit of mental damage as well. Just forcing his opponent to be that much more frustrated. As we're settling in. Isn't Astrea West Coast? I think he is West Coast. I think. Nine, 10, 11 p.m. on EU, depending on the region. Fair. Here it is 6 a.m. It's 6 a.m. in the morning. The sun is rising. I'm literally watching the sun rise. It looks good. Looks good. As dawn is breaking. So that does bust into the main, does get a drone kill, not bad. It's a worker, and behind this opening up Twilight Council. Okay, a cheeky start out of Astrea. So we are getting into our game. Astrea still harassing across the map, and with this we can open up Blink, we can open up DTs, we'll keep an eye on the gases, as we're still on a 2-gas setup, as the gas guys are still in the main. And there we go, glaives are on the way. Interesting. Usually when you get into glaive adepts, you pull a little bit out of gas. The fact that we're still in gas means that this could be 6k glaive adepts, or it could be glaives plus Dark Templar alongside them. We'll see if Astrea does eventually pull out there. So now we have a 4-gate setup. So 4-gate glaives. More prisms on the way. And you can see a Lambo is still in the dark, still trying to scout, checking for a third. Early Ro24, good reaction, good response. So Lambo, he will have defensive roaches. Prism is on the way. This trade behind this is going to be expanding. The excess gases might just be because of the delayed gas initially, just to catch up. But here we go. He is moving out. There's a third. There's that third base. Lambo, he fully walls off his natural. Denies any shades. And there's only one drone at the third. So a nice setup out of Lambo. Won't lose too much. I mean, there's not much to lose. Roach production's underway. The queen is going to be shut down. Kills the queen. Kills the drone. Astrea, can he get into the natural? For now, just trading against the Zerglings. Not bad. Takes off more Zerglings. But the roaches will zone away. And again, Astrea, he's less potential. He can still get into a base. He can still try to shade in. Dropping into the natural. Lambo supply blocked. Uh-oh. Yeah, 4 overloads being built. Now it's Lambo's turn to be supply blocked. True. Oh no. Nice positioning on the high ground. Oh, one of them goes down. But still gets 1, 2, 3, 4 drone kills. Gets 4 drones, and from here we're just building up into a longer game. Forge on the way, immortal production as well. Astrea, he's saturating his third. The Prism taking a lot of hits. Adepts, they do shade away. They get the hell out of there. Oh no! Brutal interception. Prism goes down. Brutal loss there for Astrea. Ay. And it's been a bit of a shaky start here. On the one hand, Lambo did lose some workers. He's lost 9 drones in total. I mean, that is damage. At the same time, Astrea had a delayed expansion, so he still has some catching up to do. Astrea did at least retain all those adepts. Or most of them. As that is going to be 3 adepts going down. Oh, just the one. As Lambo gets caught out instead. Gets caught out. That's what, 2, that's almost 3 roaches. Behind this, Lambo getting into Lingbane Roach Ravager. Bailey Nest is on the way. This is more of a mid-tier or mid-game kind of army setup here. We're not taking up into Hydras. Just purely Lingbane Roach Ravager. Astrea's moving in. War Prism's on the way. Astrea, he's committing here on 3 bases. He is committing. It's all or nothing. 5 more gates behind this. Aliens are just not finishing. Astrea getting up to 9 gateways. +1 is almost done. Astrea, he does have a couple of force fields as well. And so far he does zone away a good portion of the army though. The force fields are being broken. Baileys are connecting. Oof, brutal connections. Yeah, sentry count's being reset. No more force fields. And Lambo, so far he is holding. He holds well. He trades out his Bailings. Takes care of most of the sentries. And Astrea, he still needs more damage. Here he rotates over, and you can see the supply now swinging in favor of Lambo, swinging heavily in favor of Lambo. He's not droning, purely just army production. Just more Lingbane Roach Ravager. And Astrea doesn't really have much going for him. He has no splash damage, no Colossus, no Storm. He's stuck on mainly Blink Stalker and Immortals. And Lambo's about to max out. He's about to max out. Astrea, he's been so aggressive and so committed so far in this game. It just hasn't paid off. He had some nice moments here and there, but it has still been shaky. Even here, he's getting some nice damage, but Lambo is pushing. Like, he doesn't care. It's too late, papi. 6. I mean, this is a lot of damage. 8 drones going down for 2 adepts. Bailing speed is done. Lambo is pushing in. How many sentries? 3. Here we go. 3 sentries. We have a decent amount of force fields. Lambo, he is going to commit. Coming in from both angles. Nice force field so far. They mainly crash into Stalkers, but more Bailings are trickling in. Yeah, Bailings, they collapse on the army. The Immortals are exposed, and the Immortals are going to be going down. There's no War Prism here. There's no Prism. There's no save of the Immortals. Oh. So let's hold on to 2. Trying to at least. But again, they should go down. And Lambo is just rallying. He's just rallying across the map, and he has broken Astrea. The boys are being pulled. Probes are going down. And there's just nothing here to defend. Again, Astrea, he was so aggressive. He was so all-in this game, and the all-in failed for the Protoss. Failed for Astrea. And this is getting out of hand. 25 probe kills. There's a handful of Stalkers left. And GG. GG gets called. Lambo, he will break on through. Lambo takes a 2-0 lead in the series. GG. Ooh, GG, well played. Lambo, he does extend his lead here. Again, Astrea, he went initially 4-gate Glaze, which is not an all-in, by the way, but he went for a follow-up 3-base all-in. With the Immortals, with the Sentries, he didn't take his gases, he didn't saturate his 3rd base. He stayed on a lower probe count, on a lower kind of tech setup as well, and it did fail. That was the moment where he traded out all of his Sentries for the Bailings, and he was just bleeding out too much supply. After that failed push at the 3rd base for Astrea, he just got outscaled. He just got outscaled then and there. And with that, GG. GG, well played. Lambo takes a 2-0 lead. And with that, Lambo needs one more game to claim the series. Oh boy. Here we go. As game 3 is going to be on Persephone. Again, it's been a bit of a shaky series here for Astrea. I'm hoping that we can get it back and forth. I'm hoping that we can bring things back here, but the pressure is on. Persephone is smaller than Magnatha, smaller than Incorporeal, so a bit of a smaller map here. This is where aggression can be more favored, but I don't see Astrea going into Glaive Adepts again. Not 2 games in a row. Yeah, boy. The sun is up, by the way. I just giving you guys an update. Do apologize for being a little bit out of it by here towards the end of the broadcast. A little bit out of it. It's been a long day, Pappy. It's been a long day. But here we go. We can make it, Pappy. We can make it. I think I was misspeaking a lot in that last game. We can lock in there. Can lock in, and here we go. Spawning in the bottom-hand corner of Persephone, we have the red Protoss player. We have the American Protoss down heavily in the series. The pressure's on. He has to fight back here and now to make a series out of this. It is Astrea. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have the German Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg representing Shopify. It is Lambo. Leading the series 2-0 and 1 game away from claiming the series and advancing on into the group stage. Remember, this is still the preliminary round. There is still a group stage after this. The players are merely qualifying for that group stage. Oh boy. They are really qualifying. There's still much more to go here when it comes to Maestros of the game. Once again, a big shout out to Comeback TV, big shout out to Comeback TV, big shout out to the French community for organizing, for hosting, for running the tournament, and also a shout out to all the backers as well, as there was some crowdfunding for the event, and they got a lot of support for the tournament real fast and real quick. So much love to those that did support. those that did back. As we still have non-stop StarCraft. From Home Story Cup, EWC, DreamHack, FEL, into Masters of the Game. We still have Cheeseadelphia towards the end of the year. We have another Home Story Cup on the horizon as well. SC2 Safe House, true, that's also right around the corner. SC2 Safe House. I feel like there's another that's kind of... Oh, right, RSL, yeah. I was like, I feel like there's another that's like escaping my mind. But yeah, RSL is also this month. True. Oh, the StarCraft. This time we do have a Stargate opener. Okay. Stargate opener out of Astrea. So far opening up standard. Again, after the shenanigans in the last game. Slowing things down here. Getting to a Stargate. Most likely into Oracle. Into a standard game. Likewise, this time there's no crazy like hatch delay or Nexus delay. No gas seal in the main. Again, it was just a bit of a more awkward start on Incorporeal. So here we go. Nice save. Nice spore tricks here at the Lambo. Doesn't lose any drones. Oracle's on the way. Astrea does thread in the shade. Does thread, but once again, no major damage. Major pickups. Lambo's keeping up. Astrea should be expanding. Adepts are almost getting caught out. They do shade away. So far the Queens are in position. We'll lose 2 drones, but so far acceptable losses. Deals a lot of hull damage to the Oracle, and Astrea does pull away. So Lambo's keeping up. Astrea is going to keep going. Once again, we'll keep an eye on the Twilight Council timing. If we see it earlier on, we could see more early aggression. We saw that in Game 1 with the early blink timing. But this time, there is no Twilight Council. Not yet. So this is looking pretty stock standard for Astrea. Yep, Twilight Council Forge, +1 and blink. Standard follow-up. Meanwhile, a 430 safety Ro24 here at the Lambo. Double Forge, wait, what? What? wait, what is happening? Double Forge, double Twilight Council, is that a misclick? Did we just like double up? What is happening? That's not intentional. No shot. We have 2 pairings here. Oh no. Astrea. Again, we threw down the Twilight Council Forge and then we did it again. I don't think this was intentional here. Okay, never mind. I mean, we're gonna make use of it. We got 1-1 on the way, we got Blink on the way, but we don't really have enough money for anything else here. Oh. When life gives you lemons. We get zesty, Pappy. We get zesty. So again, because Astrea has the second forge, we're getting +1 armor. Just so we can make use of it in some way. Okay. It's fine, Pappy. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I mean, hey, this means we can be gateway heavy. Temple Archives follow-up into Storm. Double Oracle finding a queen, not bad. 1 queen goes down. Adept stay shading to the mineral line. Get a couple of workers. 3, it's going to be up to... Oh, just 3. Just 3 drone kills. Getting up to 6. As the Oracles, they barely get away. Nice control there by Astrea. Goes back in, gets 2 more. 8 in total. Before Astrea pulls out. Does pull out, does pull away. Lambo going for pneumatized carapace. This is indicative here of a German taxi. Lambo, who's on 3 base saturation, and I don't think he's going to join up any further. The 4th base just for lava. We're committing, we're building up, going for nothing but lings, roaches, queens, and a massive all-in. Let's go. Let's go. Astrea is taking up. He's investing into 2-2 upgrades. That is not going to help. We have 2-2 on the way, charge on the way, 4th expansion as well. But remember, Lambo, he's going for the all-in. Here come the Jumbo Lords. Here comes the taxi. We're setting up. As Lambo moves out, Astrea's moving in. Lambo, he has to respond. He races back home. Does race home to defend. Hoping to catch out the army. Does force a recall. And this does delay Lambo. It buys time. Astrea, he's buying more time. This tells me the Storm will finish. Storm will finish in time. Lambo does load up. Astrea, at least he scouts, he knows. Astrea, he sees what's coming his way. We'll see what Astrea can snipe. Oh, going for the Dropper Lord. It doesn't quite get it. That was close. As we have Mass Blink Stalker setting up to defend. There are 2 High Templar. 2 Storms. First one lands. Very nice. The first and second Storm as well. But those are the only Storms. There's the NG overcharge. Final Storm. Things are going down. Running out of Zerglings, but still plenty of Roach Ravager. Lambo, he does push in, takes on the Cybercore. No more Blink Stalkers. Cybercore's being rebuilt. Remember, charge is already done. So Astrea can still warp in Zealots. Oof. As more Storms are connecting. Does force the Archon. Oof. Piles. And Lambo, he might just have too much here. He's still rallying across the map, coming in from behind. Yeah, Lings that collapse on top of the Stalkers. Lambo does chase Astrea down. Oof. From here, gets into the mineral line. Zealots are being cleaned up. Does get a mineral line. That's going to be 19 dead workers. Brutal piles. With this reinforcements trickling in, I don't know if Astrea has enough. He's trying to catch them though. That's coming from behind. Catching out those reinforcements. Economically, Astrea is still in a decent position here, but the army still has not been dealt with. And oh no, he gets more workers. 29 probe kills. Ay, ay, ay. Astrea does have 2-2. He has the upgrades at least. He doesn't have the numbers. As Lambert turns around. Turns around, does chase down some of those Stalkers. Oh, he does abandon some of these Ravagers though, and these Ravagers are going to be cleaned up. Nice catch for Astrea. Yeah, blinks on in. Astrea with the Mass Blink Stalker popping up. Yeah, Lambo, he did make a rough decision. He left half his army across the map. GG gets called. The Ravagers get hunted down. And Astrea, he will fight back. He will put a point on the board. GG. Whew, GG, well played. Lambo, he was dealing damage, but Astrea, I mean, hey, the double forge paid off. It did pay off in the end. Astrea, he had 2-2 towards the end there, and he was able to force some mistakes out of Lambo. He was able to come in from behind, force Lambo to retreat, to defend his, at least, production line, to defend the rally. Also meant that Lambo, he was dealt with half his army at a time. He was dealt with as he bled out all those roaches, all those ravagers, then the other half thereafter. GG. GG, well played. With that, we have a series. We have a back and forth. We have a best of 5. Let's go. let us go. As up next, we're going to be loading into Ultra Love for game number 4. And Astrea, can you take us all the way to the ace match here? Let's go. Let's go. Oh, yeah, it did pay off. The double did pay off in the end. Last series for today? Yes, yes. Last series. When the Citadel gets sniped, it'll seem genius. True, true. But here we go. We're getting into our next game, and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Ultra Love, we have the American Protoss player. We have the Red Protoss fighting back, putting a point on the board, and making a series out of this. It is Astrea. And spawning in the bottom-hand corner, we have the German Zerg player. We have the blue Zerg for Shopify. It is Lambo. Still one game away from claiming the series. Una mas, papi, una mas. Just needs one more, and welcome one more to Ultra Love. Ultra Love is known for all-ins, is known for German taxis. If you wanted to see that same build hit even harder, then Lambo could pull it off here on Ultra Love. The problem, though, is I don't know if it's wise to go for the same all-in 2 games in a row. I don't know if it's a wise choice to go for, so Lambo, we'll see. I'm sure he's tempted to attempt to go for another German taxi here. Again, Ultra Love is known for it, but we'll see if he takes the bait. Likewise, we'll see how Astrea does respond. Do we go for the double Twilight Council again? Ah, Gib. Let's go. We'll see what his follow-up is going to be. Go. Shade looks 6. It was said earlier that it's actually like very hot right now in where Astrea is. Earlier he actually brought the fan into his room to get the fan going. So apparently very hot. He's trying to cool down, baby. Trying to cool down. Is aircon broke? Yo. Imagine being rich enough to have aircon. It's crazy. Ah. So Lambo does take his 3rd. Back at home, we do have a Stargate opener out of Astrea. Putting up standard. Here we go. Astrea does claim his 3rd. Now it's getting lag. Oh, hopefully everything's okay. I think there were some frame drops earlier. Hopefully everything's okay. As we have Astrea committing a little bit harder here to his Adept aggression. We have 4 and we have another 2 Adepts on the way. So Astrea does move out. Does threaten. So far, Lambo's keeping up. Outside of this, nothing too crazy. Lambo is getting his third base. No saturation yet. A Stargate opener out of Astrea. Just Astrea committing harder this time to his aggression, to his harass. Lambo just playing safe. Here comes the rally. Early Eva Chamber on the way. This is indicative here of +1 melee. He cancels the Roach Warren. So Lambo, we haven't really seen too much Ling Hydra out of him yet outside of game 1. We're seeing it here in game number 4. Nice catch on the Adepts. The rest do shade in. 3 drone kills so far. It's decent damage. As Lambo doesn't pull away, losing up to 7. Uh-oh. 7, 8 drones go down. There's the recall. And Astrea does escape with 4 Adepts. Or does make it back, and not a bad start for Astrea. Not bad. His third base is getting up. The Oracles are retreat to defend. And again, Lambo is not really set up to try to punish. Remember, he has no Roach Horn, so he has no Roach play available either. Just droning, just saturating. Now, this can still turn into aggression. We have seen a lot of successful 3-way all-ins with Ling Hydra, where you just mass up nothing but Hydras with your 6 gases. We'll see if Lambo drones up his 4th. So now we're still just saturating. Double Oracle into the natural. It's a drone. As we do get a catch here, Blink is not done. Wait, what? Blink is delayed. Oh, and that's going to be a brutal loss here, losing every single Stalker. I didn't quite notice here, but yeah, later Blink for Astrea. He gets caught out in the open, and he will lose every single Stalker. Ay, ay, ay. Behind this, Lambo, he still has a plethora of links to work with. Hydrogen is on the way. Remember, Lambo, he's still droning, still saturating, but a very strong start for Lambo. Cashing out all those Stalkers. Astrea, he's stuck at home, and Lambo, he's free to drone up on 4 bases. He's free to drone. Gases are being taken. Lambo getting comfortable. And Astrea, he's stuck at home. He's stuck at home until Blink finishes up. Speaking of, Lambo still finding more damage. Denies the shield battery. Lambo joins up to 82. Ay, ay, ay. Joins up very heavily. And now he can focus on Hydra production. Now Lambo, he can just lock in. He decided not to take his gases at his 4th base, so we're not taking up into Hive or Lurkers or anything like that. I don't think he needs to. Just purely Ling Hydra for the time being. Or Ling Bane Hydra. And Astrea has to be so careful out here. Thankfully, this time he has Blink. He can always blink back to his High Templar. As he's gathering energy for Storm. But Lings, they come in from behind. Trying to catch the Blink. Does force a recall. A very nice movement here out of Lambo. Avoids the stasis. Here come the Banelings. Lambo, who's about to max out. Have a nice stasis though. Oh, denying the Banelings. Very nice. Okay. Banelings are denied. Again, caught all the Hydras. And we still have a Storm left over. Oh. I believe it's just going to be the one though. And despite all those Storms, High Templar are exposed. Lambo is still pushing in. Lambo, he still has momentum. Again, that was maybe the best fight that Astrea could have hoped for. But he's still on the back foot. And Lambo's still moving in. Oh, the Templar! Yeah, Templar get caught out. Massive connections. And now there is 0 High Templar, 0 Storms. Just a Gateway Army, and this base is going to be broken. The base will be broken. Bailey's a bust into the mineral line. GG, well played. And Lambo will take the series 3-1. Advancing on into the group stage of Maestros of the game. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here as Lambo. He does claim the series. Does claim the game here again. Unfortunately, Astrea, he didn't have a bad start, getting a couple of worker kills with his adepts, but again, he got caught out in the open with all of his winged stalkers. Oh, sorry, with his regular stalkers. I want to say that was, what, like 7 stalker kills. He lost a little momentum. Because all those stalkers went down, that's why Lambo could freely drone up to 84. Was it like 81 to 84 drones? But he droned up very, very heavily. Again, because he knew that he had map control, because he knew he was safe, because Astrea had lost so much. It meant that he couldn't really pressure. Couldn't force out units early on, couldn't stop Lambo from droning. Once he droned up, then it was just an uphill battle there for Astrea. Again, Astrea, he maybe had the best fight he could have hoped for. He Stasis trapped the Hydras, he stormed the Bailings. It was the best fight he could have hoped for. Still wasn't enough. Still was not enough. In the end, he was still overwhelmed. GG. GG, well played. With that, congratulations to Lambo. And with that, we have our confirmed players making it through into the group stage. Man, from the top, we had Shin. We had Shin taking down Creator 3-2 in a best of 5, went all the way to the ace match. We had Trigger looking very strong against Gabe earlier, taking him down 3-0. Some of the games, though, was still very close, still very, very close, very clutch. I'm still thinking of game 2 on Gressman, but in the end, did go the way of Trigger. Third series was Bunny versus Skillus. Bunny made it through over Skillus with just almost non-stop 2-base all-ins. Hyper aggression at a Bunny. Bunny. And at game number 4, we had Lambo over Astrea. Lambo looking very, very solid, very safe. Astrea just trying out some different builds, some different follow-ups, but last could not quite break through the defenses of Lambo. GG. And this was day 2. We just wrapped up with day 2, the finale of the preliminary stage. Just quickly switching over here, you can see day 1. This was yesterday. If you did miss out on the games, I do recommend the VODs. We had a Showtime taking down Cham. Cham had a crazy start to the broadcast, by the way. Cham, he started off with a 2-0 lead. It was crazy. He almost took down Showtime. It was insane. But Showtime, he recovered, he stabilized in the series and brought it back. We had Ryung over Gumiho. Again, Ryung has arguably the best TVT in the world. He popped off and did take down Gumiho 3-0. We had Zan versus Spirit, a surprising back and forth between the two of them, and then we had Rogue versus Mana, which Rogue did take in the end 3-1 over Mana. That was also a spicy series. If you missed it, almost non-stop cannon rushes. We had so many cannon rushes in Rogue versus Mana. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. But with that, GG, well played, and I believe we can now catch up on the rest of the tournament. Un momento. One moment here, as I believe the groups will soon be confirmed. One moment. So keep an eye on social medias over the next couple of days, as groups, I would imagine, will soon be confirmed and be sent out. Here we go. Oh, I don't know my filters ready for this. That'll be good enough. Okay, we're good. Bam, beautiful. Okay, here we go. Exclamation mark B in the chat. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you guys want to have a look back yourselves. The brackets is yet to be fully updated. Hold on. The bracket is up. I mean, it's updated in the sense that we have our preliminary stage already wrapped up, but as you can see down here, we have the group stage, and again, we will be confirming the groups in the next couple of days. I believe the players that just qualified are going to be seeded. They're going to be seeded or maybe even randomized into the groups. As you can see, we have Group A. Group A has Classic and Rainer already lying in wait. Group B has Cyril and Björn. Group C has Solar and Clem, and Group D has Maru and Hero. Oh boy. So again, we have the best of the best players in the world already in the group stage, and they're about to be joined by the qualified players that we just finished casting, that we just finished covering. Now, this is going to be in less than a week. You can see here, September 5th at 3 a.m. KST. Lovely. That's going to be when I'm going to be casting that. That's going to be in just under 4 days. In under 4 days' time, we have Group A, then we have Group B, then Group C, and then Group D thereafter. Let's go! By 3 a.m. gaming. God. It's starting even later than this event. This event was at 2 a.m. start time, so 3 a.m. My sleep schedule is going to be ruined, back. It's going to be ruined. So that's going to be our goal here for the week, is to cover as much of Maestros of the game as we can. When it comes to the rest of our schedule, we have still plenty more events to cover as well. As always, we do cast StarCraft on a daily basis here on the CranKy Ducklings. So we're also going to be covering, or our next broadcast is going to be Ro24 Monday. That is going to be at 9 p.m. AEST. That's going to be at 8 p.m. KST. That is going to be in around 15 hours. In around 15 or so hours, sorry, 13 or so hours time, we're going to be live with Ro24 Monday. Meanwhile, tomorrow we're going to be live with the StarCraft Evolution League Championship. Some people may have already been watching that earlier. I believe Steadfast was casting that live in English. We are going to be casting that live, or we're going to be casting that via replays tomorrow. That's going to be in just over 24 hours time. We're going to be casting StarCraft Evolution League Championships, the quarterfinals, I believe, or the semis. So that is going to, sorry, yeah, I think the semi-finals? Quarterfinals. We're going to be covering that tomorrow. We have Sparkling Tuna Cup on Tuesday. We have Pegasus Cup on Wednesday. We have Little League Cup on Wednesday as well. And then starting Thursday is going to be the Maestros of the game. We have the Pondcast. We have more SEL. We have a very, very busy week ahead of us, as always, here on the CranKy Ducklings. We're going to be casting at least once a day, but looking at our schedule, we're going to be casting twice a day, every single day. Non-stop StarCraft. Again, a very, very intense schedule, as always, here on the CranKy Ducklings. We have been trying to take things a little bit slower as of late. We do cast more StarCraft than anyone else out there, so if you maybe are tuning in for the first time, more than Wardy, more than Steadfast, we have the quantity, we have the numbers, we have all the casts, and we have a little bit of the quality as well. Of course, Pappy, of course. A little bit, Pappy, a little bit. But recently, we have been slowing things down a little bit, especially in the off-season. I did want to, like, get some rest. Like, it's been a really intense year, just non-stop, like, major events. That was one of the big criticisms, of course, is that everything was just in one period of time, like RSL, Stars Agora, Home Story Cup, FEL, EWC, DreamHack Dallas. Like, it was all like in like a month and a half time. Like, it was all just hyper condensed, and StarCraft just has not ended from there. So do look forward to taking things a little bit slower moving forward, maybe after September, like after like, yeah, these next couple of weeks. I would like to slow things down a little bit, get some rest. I say that, but again, like, we have SSU Safe House around the corner. We have Stellarfest, true. For those who don't know, Stellarfest is an event that's happening in Canada. We still have Cheesedelphia as well. All the StarCraft. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And again, our next cast should be in around 13 hours time with Ro24 Monday. Meanwhile, here it's almost 7 a.m. It's almost 7 a.m. in the morning. The sun is shining brightly, which means it's time for bed. Or I'm gonna stay up a little bit longer, just so I can, like, ideally wake up just in time for the cast, and I'm not too fatigued. We'll see. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for the support. We do appreciate it. Wikipedia updated. Yo, do we have groups? No shot. Do we have groups confirmed? Un momento. Oh, they're doing it right now. they're doing it as we speak. You can see, bam, look, the groups are being updated. We have Shin is in Group A. Zan is in Group B. Rogue is in Group C, and Showtime is in Group D. They might be doing the drawings live on the French stream. Hold on, hold on. So open up the French stream. What's happening, Funko? What's happening? Yes. Okay. So they are constructing the groups live as we speak. I think they just finished. Yeah, I think they just finished. Hold on. Refresh. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. So we have, there we go. we have confirmed groups. Again, shout out to Comeback TV. Shout out to the French community. They did just update the groups, and we have them ready for you. We have Classic, Raynor, Shin, and Trigger for Group A. That's a very PvZ heavy group. It's going to be an interesting one. Of course, coming into this, Classic and Raynor are the favored players. They are the top 2 seeds of the group, but I can see Shin causing upsets. I can see Trigger causing upsets. Trigger, he has some killer PvP. Specifically his PvP can be pretty intense, so I can see him bringing down Classic. Shin, ZvZ is his forte. I can see Shin taking down Raynor and ZvZ as well. Like, the mirror matchups can go the way of Shin and Trigger. What's the first starting round? Oh, I think they're doing this next. I think I think we will soon have the starting matches as well. Are they doing that on stream? They might be. So we'll see. Likewise, we have several Beyond, Zhao, and Ryung. Ooh, that's gonna be an interesting one here. I have a really hard time judging Zhao's skill level just because he has some really high highs, but maybe not the most consistent player at the moment. I think partly just because he's less active. He's not as active as some of the others, as someone like Beyond, someone like Shin, someone like Hero and Classic, for example. So yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting one. I think I'm leaning more towards Serral and Beyond, but I can see Zhao bringing down Beyond, for example. I mean, Zhao, he's taken it to Serral in the past, not too long ago in Stars Zagora, if you recall. Best of luck. Ryangja, always favor him in TBT, always. Can it carry him through the group? That I'm not so sure about. In Group C, we got Solar, Clem, Rogue, and Lambo. Jesus, that's a lot of Zerg. That's a lot of Zerg in Group C here. We couldn't have spread them out a little bit back. Yeah. I think Clem is going to have a very fun time. I think Clem is going to be looking very solid here. I do know that Rogue infamously did take some maps and even I think a series off of Clem. Not in the most recent Stars Zagora, but last year. Last year's Stars Zagora with like the late game mass Overseer style. Mass Overseer with mass like Night Display, of course, but that was also the first time that he had really revealed that style, which is one of the reasons why Clem had such a hard time against it. But we have seen Rogue do that in more recent times, and because players have had more time to study, to analyze, to respond, to react, to mentally prepare for that sort of style, Clem is looking much stronger against that. So I do lean more towards Clem here than the other Zerg players. So best of luck. When it comes to ZvZ, that's going to be wild. Rogue honestly has really fun ZvZ. He has really fun ZvZ, really chaotic, really intense. I can see either Solar or Rogue making it through. Maybe I might lean towards Rogue a little bit in ZvZ, but I know that Solar obviously has some of the best ZvZ in the world, right? He was a Serral Slayer for a while. He almost knocked Serral out of EWC. They went to the Ace match in the group stage of EWC, if you recall. If you remember, we were talking about it when we were casting EWC, but I would have said that Solar had the best chance to beat Serral in the finals if they played, but Solar didn't make it to the finals because he got knocked down by Classic, if you recall. Like, Classic did beat Solar in the semis, and we never had that Serral-Solar rematch sort of thing. So yeah, the ZvZs can be quite wild. Best of luck to Lambo. I feel like Lambo is going to be a little bit, he's definitely going to be challenged in Group C. Best of luck. Group D, we have Maru, Hero, Showtime, and Bunny. Oh boy. Maru, he's still, in my mind, he's still looking a little bit rough around the edges. He has been doing nothing but all-ins in TvP. He plays more standard against other Terran players. He has actually been playing some mech in TvT as well. That's going to be interesting. I lean towards Maru and Hero here, but Showtime has been improving a lot. We've been seeing Showtime beat players like Max Packs and Classic and PvP as well, so PvP can always kind of be up a little bit more up in the air. Hero also is not the most consistent of players, which is why he's a lot of fun to watch, a lot of fun to cast, but also can sometimes, you know, have some less than ideal results as a result of that. But yeah, best of luck. Best of luck. Maru, Hero, Showtime, and Bunny. Which group am I looking forward to the most? Do you think, I was thinking about this earlier actually, for Reina versus Shin. Do you think Reina would play Protoss? I feel like he's been, I don't know how often he's been avoiding ZvZ. I think he's quite confident in his ZvZ nowadays. But he might play Protoss against Shin. That might be a PV, like just a pure Protoss versus Shin group. I don't know. I know that Reina, he's been lost in the Rift recently. He's been playing a lot of League of Legends. Know that much. I just finished. There you go. There you go. Thanks for letting us know. Yo, shout out to Sinisho in the chat as well. But with that, we are wrapping up. With that, we are going to be wrapping up here. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. And again, the rest of this event, or the group stage at least, is going to be played out this week in 4 days' time. We should be there to cover it here on the CranKy Ducklings as well. It's going to be at a rough time at 3 AM in the morning, but we'll do our best to bring you as much of it as we can, alongside the rest of our scheduled broadcasts as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Hasta luego.
Thank you.